Well, hello, I'm Scott Cruikshank from the Calgary Herald.
And I'm George Johnson.
And we're here, and it's 1 week to go, and the Flames are still in the playoff race, which is somewhat shocking, I believe. But 3 games to go, and they've overcome all the obstacles so far. There's the long road trips, the loss of Mark Giordano, and now there's one more, which is the loss of who I think is their best goalie, Ramo.
Yeah, and it's amazing when you think you 82 games and we've come down to 3 with LA here on Thursday, in Winnipeg on Saturday afternoon, and the whole shooting match, this fantastic dream ride that they've had, could come screeching to a halt, or they could be wheeling into the playoffs for the first time in 6 years. It's great theater, no matter how it finishes.
Yeah, and like we said last time we were on video, that game 82. It's going to be meaningful. I'm absolutely positive it's going to be meaningful, and what could be better than that?
Oh yeah, it's against the team that is as desperate to get into the playoffs as the Flames are. That's a franchise that hasn't been in forever, hasn't been in since they relocated back to Winnipeg, against this team who hasn't been in since Mike Keenan was coaching way back at the dawn of time. So it all sets up. You got Daryl Sutter in here. His team hasn't clinched, reigning Stanley Cup championship champions. The shame of not making the playoffs. Certainly still a possibility for them. So no, it couldn't shape up any better for the last week. Yeah. We just have to get Phoenix out of the way.
Yeah, and I guess at this point too, they've gone 79 games and left it all on the table, and you kind of wonder how much is left. The first half of the game, Saturday in Edmonton, it looked like a very, very tired team, and they rallied to, of course, put away the Oilers, but they've played so hard for so long, minus their best player for a big chunk of that. You do wonder how much is left.
Yeah, you do. But again, every time we wrote them off that first 5-game trip, they're not going to make it. They lose 8 in a row, they're not going to make it. They lose Giordano, they're not going to make it. And every time they keep bouncing back. So I think if you were putting money on it, you'd be 50-50, despite the fact that, like you say, they look very frayed and a little bit out of gas.